Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka GLauren33. I am back here on Marvel's Girls channel, and yes, this is your WandaVision episode 3 review. I'm going to be giving you guys these reviews every single week, so if you guys enjoy them, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, not only to Marvel Girls channel, but my channel, Fitzmonk TV. The link is in the description down below. All right, I post Marvel content on my channel as well. Well, we're going to be talking about WandaVision episode 3, right? This is the third episode out of the 9 that are planned, and things are starting to get more and more wacky, right? And I told you guys the main thing that I wanted to stress to you guys last week in the episode 1 and 2 review was that you guys need to be patient. This is the MCU. Things are never what they seem, right? And if you guys read the comic, you guys can already kind of figure out, where some of this is leading to. But we got to also remember the MCU loves to do things differently than the comics. The comics, not the comments, my bad. But yeah, so we're going to talk about WandaVision episode 3, right? There's going to be spoilers, of course. So if you guys haven't watched the episode, I suggest you tune out the video now. But we're going to get into it right now. So let's talk about WandaVision episode 3. So the big thing is you see we're slowly moving through the decades of sitcom TV. Right now, I believe we're at the 1970s, and episode 4 will be taking us to the 1980s. And as you guys can see, the big the big plot point here was Wanda was pregnant, right? And, Vision and her were going back and forth about what the name of the child should be, Tommy or Billy, right? And if you guys read the comics, you guys know who Tommy and Billy actually are. And Wanda's pregnancy goes really, really fast. Instead of 9 months, it really just takes place in a matter of almost a day, right? And we get this big character. Her name is Geraldine, right? The black girl. And she's the one that actually helps Wanda through her pregnancy, right? And we see that Tommy and Billy are both born. So Wanda has twins, right? But things are starting to break down slowly and slowly as Wanda's, trying to deliver children, right? You could see that everything all around the house is spinning. Things are going crazy. And after the kids are born, we see Vision go outside to, say goodbye to the doctor. And that's when we really start things to break down. And this is when I told you guys, be patient, right? Because now things are getting good. You guys are starting to see how wacky it is. Geraldine, is talking to Wanda, and Wanda is, talking about how these twins remind her of her brother, right? Quicksilver. We all know Quicksilver. He died in Avengers Age of Ultron. And Wanda, she didn't really get a lot of time to mourn in that movie because they were in the middle of a big fight, right? And then, Age of Ultron goes into Civil War, and then Infinity War and Endgame and all that stuff, So Wanda's had, she's had to go through a lot. So she really hasn't had a lot of time to mourn all these things that have been happening, losing her brother, losing Vision in Infinity War. And we never really know what happens to Vision's body, if they buried it, right? Or if it's somewhere at, the Avengers facility. We have no idea what happened. I'm assuming they buried it, but you never know. We never know. This is the MCU we're talking about. And we see Geraldine asks, was your brother killed by Ultron? That's the big line, right? Because that happened in the real world. We all know this sitcom is taking place in Wanda's reality, basically her own subconscious. And we know her powers are causing this huge bubble at the sword facility, which is now like the new shield, so we see Wanda gets angry all of a sudden, right? She's like, you should leave. And all of a sudden when Vision comes back in the house, Vision asks what happened to Geraldine. And Wanda says, oh, she had to rush home. And then right at the end of the episode, the last scene we see is Geraldine, who is actually Monica. If you guys remember, Monica, she appeared in Captain Marvel. She was that huge fan of Carol back in the 1990s movie. She's now grown up here, and now she's an agent of S.W.O.R.D. So you're seeing that sword, right? If you guys remember in episode 2, we saw the radio scene where that character from Ant-Man was trying to get in contact with Wanda, but Wanda was like, was able to shut it off. You guys are noticing a theme that every time something wacky is happening, right? Anytime that it seems like somebody is starting to get close to Wanda, and trying to break her out of this reality, Wanda's using her powers to try to set things back to normal. You know what I mean? Like, notice the scene where Vision asks Wanda, something's not right here. But we see all of a sudden, everything glitches out. It makes you think like, you watching on your phone or whatever device you're watching on. You're like, oh, did my Disney Plus lag? But no, it's Wanda legit using her powers to make things normal again because she doesn't want to believe that Vision's actually gone. She doesn't want people from the real world coming into her reality world, right? She wants to believe that she's living this happy life, but it's not the case. So you're starting to see how things are getting more and more flipped out. And, the big key here is how is someone going to, make Wanda realize that everything happening here is not real. Vision is not alive, right? And another thing is, the key is the twins, right? It's going to be interesting now to see, especially what they do with the next couple episodes as we enter into the 1980s, right? The 90s, then the 2000s when everything's going to get wild. Now that the twins are born, right, Tommy and Billy, if you guys have read the Marvel comics, right, Tommy and Billy are, the descendants of Wanda and Vision, but they're not really real. They're not really real. They do eventually become real, and that's a whole nother comic storyline, right? Because Wanda has to put, like, souls into them and stuff like that. But the main villain that, if you guys have read the comics, that kind of connects with everything that's happening with WandaVision is Mephisto, right? And he's kind of like known in the Marvel comics as the devil. So he could be the main guy that's, wants Wanda to orchestrate this whole reality, right? So that he can eventually take control of it and do what he wants. That's the most likely villain for right now, but we don't have any confirmation of that. We don't know if that's actually where the MCU is going. But we do know that in the comics, eventually, right, Tommy and Billy, they grow up and they basically become the the modern day versions of Wanda and Quicksilver, right? I believe Tommy gets Quicksilver's powers and Billy gets Wanda's powers, and their names are called Wecon and I'm forgetting the other name. But you guys know the drill. Or you guys know where I'm going. If Billy and Tommy actually do somehow make their way into the real world, because that still is a possibility, right? That still is a possibility that they might actually be real. Once this is all over with, I know eventually we're somewhere down the line, we're probably gonna get our Young Avengers movie, or series, whatever they plan to do. I could definitely see Tommy and Billy being part of that if they survive the series, but. Still, man, you guys are starting to see how things are going to get more and more wacky. So Tommy and Billy are going to be key, definitely going forward in the next couple episodes. But you're starting to see how things are slowly breaking down, right? And I've been looking at the reactions on Twitter. People are a lot more now hyped for WandaVision because, they didn't like the wacky style of the first 2 episodes. But I said, be patient. They gotta set this up slowly. This is 9 episodes. We're only a third through this. Right, we're only 33% through this, so we still got 6 more episodes, and things are just gonna get more and more crazy. Also, I want to mention really quick. You guys saw the characters. What's her name? Ainge. She was the character. You guys saw her through the first 2 episodes. She was the neighbor of Wanda who has the husband named Ralph. I'm starting to think that Ralph could secretly be Mephisto. That's what I'm thinking right now. But. Until we get that big reveal, it's just speculation, right? But you could tell, even Vision's starting to question things more and more and more. So I think at the end of the day, it's gonna have to be Vision eventually. The guy, even though he's not alive, this is still a reality-based show, right? But Vision's gonna have to be the one that breaks the news to Wanda that, I'm not real. Right? This fantasy world that we're living in, it's not real. You have to go back to the real world. Because at the end of the day, you could see that the Sword people, right, the agents of Sword, they're gathering around this base, and they're trying to get into Wanda's reality world, but they can't right now. They can't. So, and they're going to continue trying. We'll see if Geraldine is able, or Monica, that's her real name. But we'll see if Monica's able to get back into, Wanda's world as Geraldine and see if she can, help Wanda more and more. Because the keys here is going to be, if they're going to be able to get, Wanda out of this reality world, or if, they're going to be able to get Wanda to destroy this reality world without destroying reality and herself, right? This could also lead to Doctor Strange coming in, because we know that some of the events of the series will lead directly into the next Doctor Strange movie, which is when the multiverse, all goes to hell. Which also connects, of course, to Spider-Man 3, but still, we still have a long way to go, right? There's still a lot of questions, but I told you guys, be patient, and now you guys starting to see how things are going to, coming more and more together. So next episode, I believe we're going to be in the 1980s. Things are going to get more and more crazy, right? I also love what they're doing with in the middle of the episodes with the the Hydra Easter eggs, right? With the Hydra project, because products, because you can see the Hydra logos on everything. But either way, this was a good episode. Like I said, your patience will be rewarded, and it's gonna be interesting to see if Mephisto is the actual villain of the show, right? Or it could be something totally different entirely, right? But I want you guys to continue to pay attention to Tommy and Billy as we continue to go through the series, because they are going to be key, and we'll see if they eventually make it out of this alive actually and enter the real MCU. But like I said, we'll see. We still got a long way to go. Other than that, guys, this was a good episode. I'm enjoying this, right? I love seeing Monica, all grown up now in the MCU as an Agent of Sword. And there's a lot to be hyped about, guys. A lot to be hyped about as we continue to dive into this wacky series. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you guys today, right? If you guys enjoyed the episode, if you guys enjoyed this review, make sure to leave a like on the video. Comment, subscribe if you guys are new to Marvel's channel. Also, subscribe to my channel, Fitzmonk TV. The link is in the description down below. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Peace.